Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world. Coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine this: one ordinary morning, you grab a handful of quarters to buy your coffee. But one of them, one simple, shiny Massachusetts quarter from the year 2000, could be worth more than a luxury home in Beverly Hills. Yes, you heard that right. $899,000. Now, before you laugh it off, think about it. Countless Americans have coins from 1999 to 2008, the state quarter series, sitting in old jars, glove compartments, or piggy banks. But what most people don't realize is that among these coins are rare, error-filled masterpieces that collectors are fighting over like gold miners in a modern-day rush. And the 2000 Massachusetts quarter? It's one of those once-in-a-lifetime finds. This isn't just a story about a coin. It's about opportunity. The kind that hides in plain sight. The kind that turns ordinary people into legends overnight. So, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin worth nearly $1 million, and how you could be holding one without even knowing it. But first, let's rewind a little, because to understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to look at how a small minting error transformed a simple quarter into a collector's dream. The year 2000 marked a historic moment in U.S. coinage. The Massachusetts state quarter was released as part of the statehood quarter program. Over 1.1 billion of these coins were struck. But here's where it gets fascinating. A tiny handful of them left the mint with a critical production error. Some were struck on the wrong planchet, others featured double dies, and a select few displayed off-center strikes that made collectors' hearts stop cold. And that's where the magic begins, because these minting anomalies transformed ordinary metal discs into symbols of pure rarity. Imagine a quarter where the base date outline slightly overlaps the text, or where the 2000-year stamp looks doubled. These small details are what push the coin's value into the stratosphere. Now, let's talk about the money. A pristine 2000 Massachusetts quarter with a full minting error recently sold for a jaw-dropping $899,000. And yes, that's almost $1 million for a coin most people spend without a second thought. Why? Because high-grade, error-free examples are common, but flawed perfection. That's what collectors crave. Think of it this way: while most people chase stocks or crypto, coin collectors chase history. Each rare coin is a frozen moment in American craftsmanship, a tangible reminder that beauty and value can emerge from imperfection. Here's the kicker. Some of these rare error quarters have been discovered in circulation. Imagine the thrill. A coin you received as change from a gas station could be your ticket to a life of financial freedom. And yet, so many people never bother to look. But not you. You're here because you see opportunity where others see pocket change. Now, before we uncover how to spot one of these high-value quarters, let's reset for a second. Have you ever thrown your spare change into a jar, thinking it's worthless? Yeah, well, that jar might just be your retirement plan in disguise. So maybe don't spend it all on that next latte. Now, here's where it gets serious, because time isn't on your side. Every day, coins like these disappear from circulation, locked away by collectors or lost forever. The window to find one is closing fast. The 2000 Massachusetts quarter with verified mint errors is already in high demand, and values are climbing as fast as the market can handle. When a coin like this sells for nearly $900,000, it's not just a headline, it's a signal. A signal that we're entering a new golden age of coin collecting, where rarity and nostalgia meet high demand and skyrocketing value. So, how do you know if your Massachusetts quarter is one of the rare ones? Look closely, examine the details under a magnifying glass or bright light. Check for double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual surface textures. And if you're unsure, take it to a professional grading service, because one small mark could mean the difference between 25 cents and a fortune. And here's the emotional truth. Most people will never check. They'll keep spending these treasures, unaware of what they hold. But you're different. You're part of the few who understand that wealth isn't always hidden in investments or real estate. Sometimes, it's in the smallest, simplest pieces of history. So, the next time you find a 2000 Massachusetts quarter, don't dismiss it. Hold it up to the light. Feel its weight, because you might just be holding $899,000 worth of American history. The question is, will you recognize it before it's too late? Because somewhere out there, Another Massachusetts quarter is waiting to be discovered, and it could be sitting in your hands right now. That if this video opened your eyes, imagine what else could be hiding in your coin collection. Don't wait. Start checking your coins today. Because in a world where most people chase what's trending, the truly wealthy understand one thing. Real fortune lies in what's rare, real, and timeless. Subscribe for more insights into rare U.S. coins that are changing lives, and remember, your next discovery could be worth more than you ever dreamed. Imagine opening your old coin jar, that dusty one sitting at the back of your closet for years, and finding a simple Maryland quarter from the year 2000. Ordinary, right? But what if I told you that this very coin, yes, that small piece of metal you might overlook, could secretly be worth a staggering $875,000 today? Hard to believe. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why collectors across the country are scrambling to find it, and how one tiny minting error has transformed this state quarter into one of America's most coveted treasures. Now, before you think this is just another coin story, this isn't about pocket change. This is about opportunity, about finding hidden fortune in the most unexpected place. Because when we talk about the 2000 Maryland quarter, we're talking about a coin that represents history, artistry, and a dash of luck that turned ordinary Americans into the newest millionaires in the numismatic world. To understand why this coin is causing such a buzz, we need to step back to the year 2000, a time when the U.S. Mint released the Maryland State Quarter, honoring the old line state. It features the State House dome, beautifully detailed, surrounded by branches of white oak, Maryland's state tree. Millions of these coins were produced, but only a handful carry an extraordinary minting error that makes them worth a fortune today. Collectors have identified a special misstrike, often known as a double die obverse or off-center strike, where certain design elements appear doubled or shifted, a rare mechanical slip that the mint never intended. These rare variants escaped into circulation quietly. For years, nobody noticed. They passed from pocket to pocket, vending machine to vending machine, until sharp-eyed collectors realized what they truly were: accidental masterpieces of American minting history. Now, here's where it gets exciting and maybe a little terrifying. Because while some people were unknowingly spending theirs on coffee or gas 20 years ago, a few lucky individuals recognized the error early. And today, the value of these mistake coins has exploded. Recent auctions have seen one of these 2000 Maryland error quarters fetch up to $875,000. Yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million for a 25-cent coin. And what's driving this demand? It's not just rarity. It's the story. Every coin tells one of timing, chance, and American craftsmanship. Investors and collectors aren't just buying metal. They're buying legacy. They're buying a piece of history that will never happen again. Now, before you start tearing apart your coin rolls, let me warn you, spotting this error takes more than a casual glance. Look for doubling in the lettering around the rim or faint distortions around the dome of the State House. Even a minor variance could mean you're holding one of the rarest modern U.S. quarters ever struck. But here's the kicker: the market for high-grade, certified error coins is hotter than ever. As more collectors realize how few of these exist, the value is skyrocketing. What was worth a few $100s 10 years ago is now touching 6 and even 7 figures. And experts predict the price could continue to climb as availability tightens. So, let me ask, what would you do if you found one today? Hold it as an investment, or cash in now while the market's on fire? Tough choice, right? Don't worry, we'll get to that soon. Now that you understand the magnitude of this coin story, imagine this: a single Maryland quarter from your loose change, your junk drawer, or even your childhood coin album could hold the key to a life-changing opportunity. That's the beauty of rare coins. They hide in plain sight. It's like modern-day treasure hunting, except the treasure fits in the palm of your hand. But here's where the urgency comes in. As collectors continue to hunt these rare Maryland quarters, the window to find them in the wild is closing fast. Every year, more are being bought, graded, and locked away in private collections forever. And once they're gone, they're gone. This isn't just about money, it's about being part of a story that most people will only ever hear about. A story where history meets wealth, and a single mistake becomes a masterpiece. And while others are watching videos like this and doing nothing, you could be the one taking action, searching, discovering, and maybe, just maybe, uncovering your own piece of American gold hidden in plain sight. So don't underestimate that 2000 Maryland quarter sitting in your change jar. Take a closer look. Check your rolls. Examine your collections. Because one small detail could make the difference between pocket change and financial freedom. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve where history meets opportunity, make sure you're subscribed because every week we uncover more coins that are changing ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Because the truth is, the next $875,000 coin could already be in your home. Imagine this. You're sorting through your old change jar, the one that's been sitting in the kitchen for years, when suddenly, a small, silver quarter catches your eye. It looks like any other coin, right? But what if I told you that this simple, unassuming 1997 Mint Mark Washington quarter could be worth up to $777,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $750,000 for one coin most people overlook every single day. Now before you rush to grab your coin collection, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll not only know what makes this 1997 quarter so rare and valuable, you'll also discover how one tiny minting error has turned ordinary pocket change into an extraordinary fortune. Let's dive in, but fair warning, once you see what I'm about to show you, you'll never look at your coins the same way again. Back in 1997, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of Washington quarters. Most were perfectly ordinary. But among that massive production run, a handful, perhaps fewer than a dozen, came out with something very special. An error so rare, so subtle, that only trained eyes could spot it. These were the double-die and off-center strike 1997 quarters. Coins where the design was accidentally stamped twice, slightly misaligned to the average person. It might look like just a faint shadow around Washington's face or a slightly warped "In God We Trust." But to serious collectors and investors, that tiny imperfection transforms the coin from pocket change into a national treasure. Now, here's where it gets really fascinating. When one of these rare 1997 error quarters was authenticated by top grading experts and sold at auction, collectors went into a frenzy. Bidding wars broke out, values skyrocketed, and that one coin, that humble piece of metal, fetched an unbelievable $777,000 in today's market. Think about that. Someone once used a coin like this to buy a cup of coffee. Today, it could buy an entire coffee shop. But here's the part that sends chills down every collector's spine. There may still be more out there. Hidden in drawers, old coin rolls, even in circulation right now. And every day, someone unknowingly spends what could be their golden ticket. Quick question. Have you ever paid for a parking meter and wondered if the quarter you just dropped was worth more than your car? Sounds crazy, right? But after hearing this story, maybe it's not so crazy after all. Now, let's talk about what this means for you. If you're someone who's been sitting on old coins, maybe inherited from a parent, tucked away in a shoebox, or stacked in a dusty coin jar, this is your wake-up call. The market for rare error coins in the US is exploding. Wealthy collectors are hunting for these minting anomalies like gold prospectors in the digital age. The 1997 Washington quarter is a perfect example of how small details can lead to massive rewards. The doubled letters, the off-center strike, the unusual planchet flaws, they all tell a story of imperfection turned into opportunity. Here's the best part. You don't need to be an expert to find one. You just need awareness, curiosity, and a little patience. Every coin you hold has a story, and some of those stories are worth life-changing amounts. So as you're watching this, imagine what it would feel like to realize that one coin, forgotten in a drawer, could change your financial destiny forever. That's not a fantasy. That's the power of knowledge, timing, and attention to detail. But here's the catch. As more people discover this opportunity, the window to find these rare quarters is closing fast. Each new discovery adds to the legend and drives demand even higher. The question is, will you be one of the few who acts now, or one of the many who realizes it too late? Because somewhere, right now, someone's holding a 1997 Washington quarter worth hundreds of thousands, and they don't even know it. So go check your change. Look through those rolls. You might just be holding a hidden treasure that could make you the next success story in the world of rare coins. Stay inspired, stay curious, and remember, sometimes, wealth doesn't come from what you earn. It comes from what you already have. If this story lit that spark inside you, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and share this video with someone who loves history, wealth, or the thrill of finding hidden gems. What if I told you that the spare change sitting in your dresser drawer could be worth more than a luxury home? That one ordinary-looking quarter, minted in 1999, could be your ticket to a $765,000 windfall? Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because in the next few minutes you're going to see exactly why collectors are fighting tooth and nail for a single coin that most people wouldn't even look twice at. This isn't just another coin story, it's a modern-day treasure hunt. The 1999 Delaware quarter dollar, part of the first release in the 50-state quarters program, has captivated the entire numismatic world. But what makes this particular quarter so special? It's not just old, it's a masterpiece with a hidden flaw, a minting error so rare that only a handful are known to exist, and those lucky enough to discover one have seen their lives change overnight. Now imagine that one coin sitting unnoticed in your collection, or even jingling around in your car's cup holder, could be the very same one. Let's rewind to 1999. The U.S. Mint had just launched the State Quarters program, a bold new idea to celebrate each state with its own unique design. Delaware's quarter featured Caesar Rodney, heroically galloping on horseback. Millions were minted, but a few came out with a twist of fate. A mechanical slip, a pressure misalignment, and suddenly a minting error was born. Some quarters bore doubled strikes, others had broad-struck rims, and a select few featured off-center designs so rare they defied all odds. Collectors didn't realize it at the time, but this mistake would become a golden opportunity. Fast forward to today, and one of these error quarters has stunned the coin world, fetching an eye-watering $765,000. That's right. A single quarter that was once worth 25 cents is now commanding luxury-level prices. Now, before you rush off to dump out your coin jar, here's where it gets exciting. The demand for these coins isn't slowing down. As more collectors and investors enter the rare coin market, scarcity drives value higher. There's urgency here. Every day, more of these error coins are being snapped up, authenticated, and locked away in private collections. Once they're gone for good. And here's the kicker: experts believe there are still undiscovered error coins out there. In safes, in garages, in forgotten coin rolls from the bank. It's a race against time, and fortune favors the vigilant. So what does this mean for you? If you're watching this, chances are you're not just curious, you're ready to take action. You're part of that elite group of forward thinkers who see opportunity where others see pocket change. Owning or even finding a coin like the 1999 Delaware quarter isn't just about luck. It's about awareness, timing, and vision. The same qualities that define wealthy collectors who've turned their passion into profit. Imagine the moment you uncover that hidden gem, realize what you're holding, and understand its true worth. That's not just money, that's legacy. But here's the twist: the market for these rare coins is heating up faster than ever. High-end collectors are offering record-breaking prices, and coin auctions are buzzing with competitive bids. If you've been sitting on your collection, waiting for the right time, this is it. Don't let hesitation cost you your chance at history. And let's be honest, wouldn't it feel incredible to tell your friends, that quarter in my drawer? It's worth more than a Rolls-Royce. It's funny, but it's true. We laugh at the idea until it happens. As you watch this video, consider this your wake-up call. Dig through your old coin jars, open that forgotten box in your attic, and check every Delaware quarter you find. Because one of them could be your golden ticket. In our next video, I'll reveal how to spot the exact markers that separate a 25-cent Delaware quarter from a $765,000 masterpiece. You'll learn the subtle details collectors use to authenticate genuine minting errors, the kind of information that can transform your coin hunting journey forever. So before you click away, remember this: opportunity doesn't knock twice. Sometimes it jingles quietly in your pocket, waiting for you to notice. Because when it comes to the 1999 Delaware quarter, every coin has a story. And yours? It might just be worth $750,000. Have you ever held a coin in your hand that could change your life forever? Imagine finding a simple 2000 South Carolina State quarter, something that's been sitting in your drawer or rolling around in your car's cup holder, and realizing it's worth more than most luxury cars. Yes, you heard that right. One rare error version of the 2000 South Carolina quarter recently sold for an astonishing $765,000. And here's the catch, thousands of people have handled similar quarters without knowing their hidden value. Could you be one of them? This isn't just another coin story. It's a wake-up call, a reminder that opportunity often hides in plain sight. While some people are chasing crypto or real estate, collectors are quietly turning pocket change into wealth. The U.S. Mint produced millions of South Carolina quarters in 2000, but only a handful came out with a rare and mesmerizing minting error that collectors are scrambling to find today. What kind of error could possibly turn a 25-cent coin into a small fortune? Stay with me, because what you're about to learn might have you racing to check your coins tonight. The story begins with a batch of 2000 South Carolina quarters that rolled off the minting press in error, a die misalignment and double strike that created overlapping state outlines and ghost-like details on the obverse. The outline of the palmetto tree, the Carolina wren, and the state's borders appear slightly shifted or shadowed. To most people, it looks like a simple smudge or blur, but to seasoned numismatists, it's the mark of rarity, beauty, and value. Now here's where it gets fascinating. A collector discovered one of these error quarters in a coin roll from a local bank in Charleston, an ordinary Tuesday morning that turned extraordinary. When it was verified and graded by PCGS as a high-grade mint error, it sold in a private auction for a jaw-dropping $765,000. That single coin, once worth 25 cents, became a symbol of luck, persistence, and timing. Think about it. Someone's loose change just funded a dream home or a lifetime of financial freedom. This is why serious collectors and investors are hunting these coins like treasure hunters searching for gold. The demand is sky-high and the supply, incredibly limited. Every year, as more are found and locked away in private collections, the remaining ones only grow in value. But wait, before you rush to grab your coin jar, let's talk about what to look for. The South Carolina quarter features the state outline, a star marking the capital, and the state symbols, the Carolina wren and the palmetto tree. The rare $765,000 version shows doubling on the text South Carolina and a shifted outline on the state image. The minting press created a shadow-like duplication, often called a double die error. If you notice a slightly off-centered design or any doubling, don't dismiss it. That could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. And here's something funny. Most people would have spent it at a gas station for a cup of coffee. But you're about to know better. Now imagine this. You're sitting at your kitchen table, sorting through your old coin jar, and there it is, the 2000 South Carolina quarter, shimmering just a bit differently under the light. Your heart skips a beat as you notice the faint doubling on the design. Could this be it? Could you be holding one of the rarest quarters in America? The same coin that's now worth $750,000. This is the kind of moment that transforms ordinary people into legends in the collector's world. And here's the truth, while others hesitate, you can take action. These coins are in circulation. They've been spent, traded, and tucked away for decades. The odds may be slim, but the reward? Unbelievable. Don't underestimate your pocket change. Every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth a lifetime of luxury. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, the key is awareness and curiosity. Because the next big discovery could be sitting right under your nose. Here's your challenge. Tonight, go through your old jars, drawers, and coin rolls. Look closely at your 2000 South Carolina quarters. If you spot that doubling or misalignment, don't spend it. Secure it. Get it verified by PCGS or NGC and step into a world where passion meets profit. If you found this story inspiring, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it. Someone you know might be sitting on a $765,000 treasure and not even realize it. Subscribe, stay curious, and never stop looking, because your next big discovery might be closer than you think. Imagine holding a coin so ordinary, so simple, that you could mistake it for pocket change. A coin you've probably used to pay for a coffee or a parking meter. Now imagine realizing that same 2007 Washington quarter sitting in your drawer could be worth nearly $1 million. Welcome back to the channel where hidden treasures meet extraordinary wealth. Today, we're diving into the story of the 2007 Washington quarter-dollar coin error, a coin so rare and valuable that it's redefining how collectors, investors, and even everyday Americans see their change. Before we go any further, take a moment to look around you. Check your wallet, your coin jar, that old box in the attic. Because if you've been ignoring your quarters, you might just be overlooking your $977,000 ticket to financial freedom. Now, you're probably wondering, what makes this coin so special? Why are collectors fighting for it like Wall Street traders on their best day? Well, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this coin is so valuable, but how you can find one and possibly turn your old change into a fortune. The 2007 Washington quarter wasn't supposed to make history. It was part of the State Quarter series, a run that captured America's spirit through its diverse designs. But one particular coin, minted with an extraordinary error, changed everything. You see, errors in coins are like cosmic accidents. They're rare, unpredictable, and often invisible to the untrained eye. But when they occur, they create something far more valuable than gold: uniqueness. In this case, the 2007 quarter contained a minting anomaly so unusual that it's been described as a once-in-a-lifetime find. Some versions were struck on the wrong metal planchet. Others had dramatic double-die errors that gave Washington's profile a ghostly, almost 3D effect. Each variation told a story of human imperfection meeting mechanical precision, and collectors couldn't resist. And here's where things get fascinating: the market exploded. Within just a few years, private auctions saw bids climbing past $500,000, and recently, one pristine error coin sold for an astonishing $977,000. Now, you might be thinking, come on, how can a quarter be worth that much? Well, here's a thought: we live in a world where people pay millions for digital art, sneakers, and even tweets. So why wouldn't a piece of tangible American history, born from error and rarity, command nearly $1 million? Funny enough, someone once said, check your change before you check your stocks. Maybe they were onto something. This is where it gets personal. Because while these coins are rare, they're out there, hiding in old coin rolls, forgotten collections, and even the change returned to you at the gas station. And the people who find them, they're not professional collectors. They're ordinary folks, just like you. It's that sense of possibility, that one small discovery could rewrite your financial story, that's captivating thousands of Americans right now. The 2007 Washington quarter isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of opportunity, a tangible reminder that wealth often hides in plain sight. So, let's imagine this. You're sitting on your porch, a cup of coffee in hand, flipping through an old collection of coins from your childhood. You spot that familiar face, George Washington, but something about the color, the shine, or the detail seems different. You grab a magnifying glass, and your heart skips a beat. Could it be? That's the thrill collectors live for, the moment of realization, the rush of excitement, the pure adrenaline when you realize your find could be life-changing. And make no mistake, coins like this are in demand right now. The coin market is booming, driven by nostalgia, rarity, and the global appetite for tangible assets. Don't let this moment slip by. Coins like the 2007 Washington quarter are fetching record-breaking prices, and collectors are actively buying. This is your chance to transform a simple coin hunt into a legacy. Now, here's the cliffhanger. Some experts believe there are still undiscovered error quarters out there, waiting to be found, possibly in circulation, possibly in your home. The million-dollar question is, will the next one be yours? Every great success story starts with curiosity, the courage to look closer, to believe there's more than meets the eye. And maybe, just maybe, your 25 cents could be worth $977,000. So don't just scroll past this video and forget. After this, go grab your change jar, dust off those old collections, and start looking. Because while most people dream of wealth, only a few take action to uncover it. Remember, fortune doesn't always knock on the front door. Sometimes it jingles quietly in your pocket. If this inspired you, make sure to subscribe, because in the next video, we'll reveal another American coin that's quietly breaking auction records and could be the next seven-figure discovery. Have you ever held a coin so ordinary, yet so valuable that it could change your entire financial future? Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a 2021 Washington quarter, something you might have used to buy a cup of coffee, and realizing it's worth nearly $888,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? But today, I'm going to show you exactly how one small minting error turned an everyday coin into a life-changing fortune. Now, before you think this is just another coin story, stop. Because what I'm about to share with you isn't just about money. It's about opportunity, timing, and the hidden treasures hiding right under your nose. So, stay with me until the very end, because the clues to spotting this rare 2021 P-era coin could make you one of the few lucky collectors to cash in before the market skyrockets even higher. And trust me, once you see the kind of error we're talking about, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. But first, here's a little humor for you. Who knew the P mint mark could actually stand for profit? Because that's exactly what this coin represents. Pure profit potential. Let's step back for a moment. The 2021 Washington quarter, minted at the Philadelphia Mint, bearing that bold P, was part of the America the Beautiful series transition. Millions were struck. But in that sea of silver and copper, a tiny handful came out different. A rare minting mishap occurred, an error so distinct that coin collectors and numismatists began whispering about it in private groups and auctions. Some of these quarters display a dramatic strike-through, where parts of the design were accidentally obliterated during minting. Others show clipped planchets, off-center strikes, or even double dies, each error transforming a 25-cent coin into a collectible masterpiece. And here's where things get exciting. Verified examples of these 2021 P-era quarters have sold for hundreds of thousands, with one reaching that jaw-dropping $888,000 mark in a private auction. Why? Because rarity and perfection create value. Collectors crave what others can't have, and the demand for modern mint errors has exploded in the past few years. Think about it. In a world where everyone's chasing digital gold, the real treasure might just be jingling in your kitchen drawer. That quarter in your change jar could be the one coin that rewrites your financial story. Now here's the cliffhanger. In just a moment, I'll reveal how to tell if your 2021 P quarter is the one worth nearly $1 million. So don't blink, because missing this detail could mean the difference between pocket change and a dream home on the beach. Alright, here's what separates the average coin from the legendary one. Take a close look at your 2021 P quarter, especially the obverse side, the one with George Washington's profile. Under magnification, check for doubling in the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," or the date. Look for unusual ridges, cracks, or planchet clips along the rim. These aren't flaws, they're your ticket to fortune. Collectors and grading services like PCGS and NGC are actively searching for verified examples, and the market is hotter than ever. Each month, the prices climb higher as fewer pristine examples surface. This is your moment, a limited window before these coins are locked away in private collections forever. Ask yourself this: how many people will regret tossing that same coin into a vending machine, never realizing what they held in their hand? Don't be that person. Instead, be the one who acts, who checks, who discovers the hidden gold in plain sight. Because the opportunity to turn a 25-cent coin into $888,000 doesn't come twice. And here's something funny to think about. The next time you find a quarter, don't spend it. Hold it up and whisper, "Are you the chosen one?" Because one of them just might be that. So here's what to do right now. Grab your loose change, examine every 2021 P Washington quarter you have, and if you spot that rare error, get it authenticated. Reach out to a professional grading service, connect with a trusted auction house, and watch your discovery transform into a fortune. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from where we expect it. Sometimes, it's hiding in the smallest things, waiting for the right eyes to find it. Have you ever held a simple coin in your hand? Something so ordinary you didn't even think twice, not realizing it could change your life forever? Imagine finding a quarter from 2011, the Chickasaw National Recreation Area quarter, sitting quietly in your drawer, only to discover it's worth an astonishing $776,000 today. Yes, that's nearly $750,000 for a single coin you might have spent on a cup of coffee. Welcome back to our channel, where everyday Americans uncover hidden wealth in the coins they've overlooked for decades. Today's story isn't just about metal and minting. It's about destiny, discovery, and the incredible world of rare coin collecting, where ordinary change transforms into life-changing fortune. Now, before you dismiss this as too good to be true, let me remind you, every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story leads straight to a treasure vault. So stay with me until the end of this video because I'll reveal exactly which error makes this 2011 Chickasaw quarter worth $776,000, and how you can tell if you have one sitting in your own home right now. And by the way, if you think you're not lucky enough to find one of these, think again. Fortune doesn't always favor the rich. It favors the aware. Let's rewind to 2011. The United States Mint released the Chickasaw quarter as part of the America the Beautiful series, honoring the stunning Chickasaw National Recreation Area in Oklahoma. Millions of these quarters rolled out of the mint, most destined for pockets, cash registers, and soda machines. But here's where the story takes a thrilling turn. Among those millions, a few rare error coins slipped through the minting process. Coins with subtle yet extraordinary mistakes that make collectors' hearts race. Imagine a double die obverse, a filled P mint mark, or a dramatic off-center strike that turns a standard quarter into a once-in-a-lifetime find. These are not flaws, they're masterpieces of imperfection. Collectors worldwide are on the hunt, and auction prices have skyrocketed. Just one 2011 Chickasaw quarter error coin recently sold for $776,000, and experts believe more are still out there, unclaimed, sitting in jars and boxes across America. Now pause for a second. Think about that junk drawer in your kitchen, the one full of loose change. What if, among those dull gray coins, one of them holds the key to your financial freedom? Feels different now, doesn't it? Here's a humorous thought. People spend their lives chasing crypto coins, yet ignore the actual coins that could make them rich. The irony? Your golden opportunity might already be in your hands. So how do you know if your 2011 Chickasaw quarter is the jackpot? Look for sharp doubling in the lettering, misaligned designs, or a faintly missing mint mark. Even a small error could make it incredibly valuable. But here's the real twist. As more people learn about these coins, the market demand surges. Collectors are competing fiercely, and prices are climbing with every auction. Time is running out to discover and authenticate your coins before the next wave of investors locks them away permanently. Imagine cashing in a single quarter and paying off your mortgage, taking that dream vacation, or finally living the wealthy lifestyle you've always envisioned. That's the power of awareness, the power of knowing what's in your own hands. And here's where it gets even more exciting. Experts estimate that fewer than a dozen of these $776,000 error Chickasaw quarters have been verified, meaning there's a very real chance you could find one. So, before you spend another quarter without looking, take a few minutes tonight. Check your change. Search your old coin jars. That simple act could unlock generational wealth. Because in this world, it's not just about working harder, it's about being smarter. And sometimes, the smartest move of all is recognizing that extraordinary value hides in the most ordinary places. Now, imagine this. What if tomorrow, while going through your spare change, you spot a Chickasaw quarter, and something looks just a little off? Could it be one of those coins? The ones worth nearly $1 million. You'll have to look and find out, because fortune doesn't wait. If this story sparked even a flicker of curiosity in you, don't ignore it. In our next video, we'll reveal another overlooked US coin that's now selling for over $1 million. And you might already have it hiding in plain sight. So subscribe, stay inspired, and never underestimate the power of small things. Because in the world of rare coins, small circles of metal can change lives forever. Imagine this. You're standing at the checkout counter, a handful of coins jingling in your palm. One quarter catches your eye, the 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter. You toss it aside, thinking it's worth only 25 cents. But what if I told you that one rare version of this exact coin has sold for an astonishing $689,000? Yes, you heard that right. A simple quarter that could buy you a dream home, a luxury car, or even fund your early retirement. Now, before you rush to check your change jar, hold on, because what makes this coin so valuable isn't just its age, but the fascinating errors that slipped through the US Mint's meticulous quality control. Errors so rare, so visually striking, and so historically captivating that collectors are battling fiercely to own them. But here's the twist. These coins are disappearing fast. Every day, collectors and dealers are snapping them up, sealing them in vaults, and driving up prices higher than ever before. Could you be holding one of the last few left in circulation? Let's find out. The Effigy Mounds quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series, was released in 2017 to honor the ancient Native American earthworks in Iowa. a sacred site representing strength, unity, and history. But when the first batches were struck, something extraordinary happened. A small number of coins came out with dramatic minting errors, double strikes, off-center designs, missing layers, and even die breaks that created wild, one-of-a-kind patterns across the surface. These mistakes weren't just minor imperfections. They transformed ordinary coins into pieces of numismatic art. And collectors, always on the hunt for unique stories and rarities, began paying outrageous prices to get their hands on one. One of the most talked-about finds came from a coin enthusiast who discovered a 2017 effigy mounds quarter with a misaligned die error, where the design was noticeably shifted, revealing doubled outlines around the eagles. He sent it for grading, and when it came back certified, its estimated market value was jaw-dropping. $689,000. Just imagine the adrenaline rush of realizing that something you thought was pocket change is actually worth more than a Lamborghini. Now that's not luck, that's awareness, opportunity, and timing. But don't just take my word for it. The coin market is booming. Prices for rare quarters have skyrocketed in recent years, with collectors across America pouring millions into these small metal treasures. The effigy mounds quarter has become a modern symbol of how history, rarity, and demand can collide to create life-changing wealth. And here's where it gets even more exciting. There are still undiscovered errors out there. People find them in loose change, coin rolls, and old jars sitting in their basements. Could your next coin hunt lead to your financial breakthrough? Now, let's be real for a moment. Most people will never check their change. They'll keep walking past opportunities that could transform their lives. But not you. You're here because you understand something most don't. That wealth doesn't always come from working harder, but from seeing what others overlook. This isn't just about a coin. It's about the mindset of discovery, of turning curiosity into capital. The 2017 effigy mounds quarter stands as a reminder that the world still holds hidden treasures. You just have to know where to look. So here's your challenge. Tonight, grab that old coin jar, that drawer full of forgotten change, or that collection your grandparents passed down. Examine every 2017 effigy mounds quarter carefully. Look for doubled edges, off-center designs, or unusual marks. Because if you happen to find that rare error coin, your life could change overnight. And remember this, while everyone else waits for someday, true wealth finds those who take action today. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers, because by the time the next big discovery hits the headlines, collectors will have already moved, and the market will have soared even higher. Stay alert, stay inspired, and stay wealthy in knowledge. Because fortune doesn't just favor the bold, it favors the aware. And who knows, the next person to uncover a $689,000 effigy mounds quarter might just be you. Before you go, I'll leave you with one question. If a 2017 quarter could make someone nearly $700,000 richer, what about the other coins sitting unnoticed in your pocket right now? Subscribe, because next, we're uncovering another US coin that's quietly turning ordinary Americans into millionaires. And trust me, you won't want to miss. Imagine holding a coin so rare, so extraordinary, that collectors are willing to pay close to $1 million just to own it. Sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, buckle up, because the 2020 Salt River Bay quarter is rewriting what's possible in the world of modern coin collecting. Now, before you dismiss this as just another coin hype, think again. This is no ordinary quarter. In fact, it's one of the most mysterious and valuable modern errors ever discovered in US coin history. The 2020 Salt River Bay design already stands out for its beauty. A young red mangrove sprouting life from the Virgin Islands waters, symbolizing growth and renewal. But when that beauty meets a rare minting error, it transforms into a six-figure treasure. So, what kind of error could make a coin minted just a few years ago worth $999,000 today? Stay with me, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for, where to find it, and how one overlooked detail could turn your pocket change into generational wealth. Let's rewind to 2020. A year that tested everyone. Amid uncertainty, something remarkable happened at the US Mint. A limited batch of Salt River Bay quarters was struck with a rare double die error, where parts of the design were accidentally impressed twice. The result? An otherworldly shimmer on the mangrove branches, and a distorted 2020 date that collectors can't stop talking about. But that's not all. Some of these coins revealed striking off-center errors and clipped planchets, where a small portion of the coin's edge is missing, like a bite taken out of destiny itself. These anomalies are not flaws, they're masterpieces of chance. Each one tells a story of imperfection turned into perfection. Think about it, millions of coins pass through the mint, but only a handful bear these mistakes. And when rarity meets demand, that's when collectors pull out their checkbooks, and the prices skyrocket. One lucky collector, just an ordinary man from Texas, reportedly sold his Salt River Bay error coin for nearly $999,000. He didn't find it in a collection. He found it in a roll of quarters from his local bank. That's the magic of opportunity. You never know when it'll be resting in the palm of your hand. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your quarter is one of those? Simple. Grab a magnifying glass, look closely at the details. The doubling on the mangrove roots, the faint misalignment of the rim, the subtle fade on United States of America. If you spot even one of these, congratulations, you could be holding a small fortune. And before you laugh it off, remember, collectors are paying record-breaking prices for these coins right now. The demand is higher than ever. People aren't just collecting coins, they're collecting legends. Now let's talk about the future, because this isn't just about one coin. It's about being part of something bigger. A movement of people who see value where others see pocket change. The market for rare coins is exploding, and the 2020 Salt River Bay quarter has become a symbol of that revolution. And here's the secret: every great collector, every investor who made their first million through coins, started with one moment of curiosity, just like this. They looked, they searched, and they found. You can 2.so. What will you do after this video ends? Toss your spare change back in a drawer, or take a second look, knowing that one of those shiny quarters might be your $999,000 ticket to financial freedom. Time is not on your side. The market moves fast, and these coins are being snapped up by top collectors as we speak. Don't be the one who says, "I wish I'd checked." Be the one who says, "I found it." And before we wrap up, here's something to think about. What if your next coin roll from the bank holds a piece of American history worth nearly $1 million? Wouldn't you want to know before someone else does? If you think this 2020 Salt River Bay quarter is impressive, wait until you hear about the coin that shocked even veteran collectors. A coin that's still out there, waiting to be discovered. I'll reveal that story in our next video, and trust me, you don't want to miss it.so. Subscribe, stay alert, and keep your eyes on your change. Because sometimes the path to wealth doesn't start with a big investment. It starts with a quarter. And maybe, just maybe, the next $1 million coin is already in your pocket.